Yo, what's up everybody? Professor V here, and in this video we are covering how to set up a professional paper in APA style 7th edition. Let's go. Before we get started, the 7th edition of APA style differentiates formatting between professional papers and student papers. Professional papers, which are often manuscripts or proposals or any type of paper that is not a student paper for a college assignment. Manuscripts are often submitted for publication, but be certain to check with the journal or publisher's instructions for formatting and if there are any other preferences they would like in addition to APA style. There are some similarities between the previous edition, but some noteworthy changes as well. There is some shared characteristics between professional papers and student papers. If you are a student, please check with your instructors on which is required, student or professional page and formatting. This video is dedicated to professional papers and how to set up a title page and begin writing a professional paper in APA style 7th edition. If you're a student and you need to know how to format a student paper in APA style, click the link right here for another full guide on how to set up a student paper in APA style 7th edition. Alright, so now let's get started on professional papers. The first step is to open up a Microsoft Word document and verify the spacing is correct. Double spaces should be used with no additional spaces between paragraphs. To be certain of this, go up to Format and click Paragraph. Check under spacing that before and after is set to 0 and that line spacing is set to double and select OK. Next, select your font. You have several choices. Just be sure to use the same font throughout your entire paper. Your choices are 11-point Calibri, 11-point Arial, 10-point Lucida Sans Unicode, 12-point Times New Roman, 11-point Georgia, or 10-point Computer Modern. Here is an example of what each of these fonts look like, so you can choose which to use to your liking. 10-point Computer Modern is not a font that comes with Microsoft Word and has been excluded from this sample. My apologies. To select the font and font size, take your cursor to the top left of the Microsoft Word document and click in this text box. You can either type out your font or select it from the drop-down menu when you click this arrow. Select one of the fonts mentioned before. My suggestion is Times New Roman. Next, be sure the font size is correct for your chosen font in the next box next to the font. Again, you can either type your font size or select it from the drop-down menu. Next, you want to click the Layout tab in the upper portion of the Microsoft Word document. Select Margins and be certain that the margins are set to normal, which is 1-inch margins all around your document. Then click Home in the toolbar. The paper is now set up. Now it is time to format the title page. The first thing is the running head and page number. Place the cursor towards the top of the page and double click. This will allow you to edit the running head. Alternatively, you can go to Insert, click Header, and click Blank Header. Next, go to the page number and click. A drop-down menu will appear. Click page number on the menu. A box will appear. Make sure the alignment is set to right and press OK. You now need to type the running head, which is an abbreviated version of the paper's title. In the previous edition, you needed to use the label running head with a colon prior to the actual running head. This is no longer the case, so just type in all caps an abbreviated version of the title of your paper. The running head can only contain up to 50 characters, including punctuation and spaces, and be aligned to the left. If your title is 50 characters or less, you can just use your title as the running head. Again, the running head should be in all caps and aligned to the left as seen here. Do not use abbreviations in the running head. However, an ampersand may be used in place of the word and. Next, verify if the running header and the page number are typed in the selected fonts you chose earlier. The font of the header section and the main text is separated and must be changed if not the same. If it isn't, highlight the running head and page number and change to the correct font and font size. You may have to do the running head and the page number separately. Once you do so, click header and footer at the top of the screen, and then click close header and close footer. This will disengage you from editing the header and footer section of the document. Next, center your text by clicking this icon, bolding your text by clicking this icon, and position your cursor in the upper half of the title page, 3 or 4 lines down from the top margin. To do so, press enter 3 to 4 times. Type your title in sentence case. This means use both capital and lowercase letters when necessary. Common words should not be capitalized, such as the, a, to, on, etc. Next, deselect bold by clicking the bold icon again. Press enter twice on your keyboard to create a blank double-spaced line between the paper title and the byline. The byline is where you put the author or author's names. If you are the sole author of the paper, write your name centered in standard font. Include first name, middle name if applicable, last name, and suffixes if applicable. Suffixes include junior, senior, and Roman numerals. Do not bold or italicize your name. Omit any title such as Mr., Miss, Mrs., Doctor, Professor, or any academic degrees or licenses such as MA, PhD, MD, RN, LCSW, etc. If there are multiple authors, include every author's name on the byline. Now press enter to go to the next line. This is where you will state your affiliation. This is where you worked when the work was completed. This could include academic affiliations such as colleges and universities, or non-academic institutional affiliations such as hospitals and independent laboratories. Authors that have no affiliation due to independent research or members of a private practice should include their location in the format of city, state, province, or territory as applicable, and country. When stating an academic or non-academic affiliation, indicate the name of any department or division and the name of the institution separated by a comma. There is no need to include location unless the location is part of the institution's name. If there are multiple authors, list all authors' names and their affiliations. Label each author with a numbered superscript at the end of their names after you list the names. List all their affiliations with matching superscripts. The superscripts for the authors go after their last names, and the superscripts for the affiliations go at the beginning of the affiliation. For instance, let's assume that the first two authors are from the first affiliation and the last author is from the last affiliation. Personally, I like to place the superscripts for the affiliations first. To do so, place the cursor at the beginning of the first affiliation, press the superscript button, type the number 1, and space. Then for the second affiliation, place the cursor at the beginning of the affiliation, press superscript, press the number 2, and space. Now let's match the authors to the proper affiliations. Remember, the first two authors go with the first affiliation, and the last author goes to the second affiliation. To do so, place the cursor after the last name of the first author, press superscript, and then type in the same number as the affiliation. Do the same for the other two authors, keeping in mind which affiliation they belong to. And then place the cursor back at the very end of the last affiliation. Lastly, for the title page is the author's note. The author's note section provides additional information about the authors, the study, funding, or conflicts of interest. It may also include contact information of the authors. However, different publishers may have different requirements. Please check with them to verify what information is needed in the author's notes section. The author's notes is placed in the bottom half of the title page. Leave at least one blank line between the affiliation and the author's note. Center and bold the text, author's note. Next, click enter, remove bold text, left align the text, and provide the needed information. If there is no instructions from the publisher, include 4 paragraphs. The first should contain the ORCIDs of all the authors. Before typing the first paragraph, you need to indent. If you do not have one, disregard. ORCIDs are used to help authors that may have changed their name to get credit for all work regardless of their name change. Press enter, indent the next paragraph. The second paragraph should contain any information regarding any changes to affiliation subsequent to the submission of the manuscript. For example, if the researcher worked at the University of Houston while conducting the study, but now has accepted a position at the University of Texas since, this paragraph can also denote the passing of an author. If there are no changes to affiliation, disregard. Press enter and indent for the third paragraph. The third paragraph needs to contain any disclosures and acknowledgments. This could include study registration, open practices and data sharing, disclosure of related reports, conflicts of interest, and acknowledgement of financial support or funding and other assistance. Press enter and indent for the fourth paragraph. The last paragraph should be contact information. You do not need to provide contact information for all authors, just the corresponding author. The corresponding author is the author who is responsible for answering queries regarding the submitted work. Provide the full name, mailing address, and email address with no period afterwards. Use this format shown here. Great, now you are done with the title page. Next, click Insert at the top of the screen and click Page Break. This will take you to the next page. Scroll down so you can see the entire second page and verify that the running head and page number appears on the page. If not, repeat the steps to include the running head and page number. All professional papers will include an abstract. On this page, center and bold the text abstract. You'll have to click the home button at the top of the screen, click center, click bold, and again, type abstract. Press enter, left align your text, deselect bold, indent your first paragraph, and then begin typing your abstract. Abstracts are brief, usually about 250 words summary of the contents of the paper. Most journals require one to be written. However, some journals may have their own requirements. Verify with the journal or publisher if there are any specific information or formatting they want you to include. After the completion of your abstract, include keywords. Keywords are single words, short phrases, or acronyms that describe the most important aspects of your paper. It is recommended to provide 3 to 5 keywords. To format them, press enter to start a new line under the abstract, indent and italicize the word keywords. Click the italicize button and type keywords with a colon. Be sure to capitalize the K and include the colon. Next, on the same line, provide the keywords in lowercase, capitalizing proper nouns separated by commas. The actual keywords are not italicized. So deselect the italicized text button and type your keywords. After you finish listing your keywords, insert another page break. Do so by again clicking Insert and clicking Page Break. Scroll down to see the entire third page. Verify that the running head and page number is also on the third page. Your cursor should be on the first line of the page. Center and bold the text and type the full title of your paper as it appears on the title page. So press Home, Center, Bold, and again, type the entire title of your paper as it appears on the title page. Next, press Enter, left align your text, deselect bold, indent your first paragraph, and begin writing your paper. And that's it. Your paper is now set up in APA Style 7th edition. It may have taken a little while, but it's done. Here is another guideline when writing your manuscript or paper. Use headings. Use headings when needed and do not start a new page or extra lines when a new heading occurs. The next page break will not occur until the reference list section, which I will discuss in a future video. The best source on how to write in APA style is the APA Publication Manual 7th edition. This video is just intended as a quick guide to get you started. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please state them in the comments below or refer to the APA Publication Manual 7th edition. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful or informative, please hit the like button, subscribe if not already, and I will see you in the next video.